Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and I think that the price of XRP, if I had to guess, will one day reach $5. Not that it would necessarily stop there, but think about this. Here's part of the reason it doesn't seem wacky to me in the least. First of all, it seems pretty damn clear to me that cryptocurrency asset class is not going away unless the entire Webernets goes away. If we lose the internet, okay, fine. Cryptocurrencies are done. That's not going to happen, obviously. And so, you know what's going to happen. We've got this little baby market cap for the entire asset class as I record this. It's only $390 billion, by far the tiniest asset class on the planet. And I think that will ultimately have a multi-trillion-dollar asset class with many coins, some that are going to be around the longest, solving real-world problems. I think that there will be coins that have multi-trillion-dollar market caps just on their own here. And so we're talking about XRP that is genuinely useful. XRP being used in the production of on-demand liquidity today, production software, right? And think about this. You've got Bitcoin's market cap at, as I record this, $240 billion. Do you realize that if XRP ever hits $5, and I'm not I don't make price predictions. I'm just saying, I'm just kind of like speaking because to me it's just like interesting to think through this stuff, but I'm not pretending to like know the direction price is going to go. But think about this. So Bitcoin market cap, $240 billion. If XRP were at $5, just $5 the market cap for XRP would be $225 billion, I believe, if I did the math right. Somewhere right around there, and I'm kind of rounding, but still, you get that. So it would be less. Even at $5, it would still be less than what Bitcoin is today. And I think that there's room for the entire asset class to grow. So it's interesting. Now, where's it going to go? Well, there's some interesting headlines here. Here's a piece from Cointelegraph I want to run through because I found it genuinely fascinating, titled, "A Bitcoin price rise to $500,000 is inevitable, Winklevoss twins say." So you tell me, if Bitcoin does indeed hit $500,000, which I'm not ruling out, I don't know if it will. That wouldn't surprise me, though. You're telling me that we can't get XRP to $5 or more? I'm just saying, because XRP is solving an actual problem here. You've also got this story from News BTC. There's an analyst thinking, hey, in the short term, like much sooner than later, Bitcoin's going to hit $19,000. So look, over the next year, we might end up seeing some super duper wacky awesome price action for the asset class. Probably, or at least possibly, more fun than what we've seen the last couple of years because we've been in a tremendous bear market. But hey, all good things in time. I do want to be clear that I don't have a financial background of any kind, and I'm not offering financial advice. So you absolutely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. So like, I just think it's fun to talk about this stuff. I mean, I'm just as interested in this as you. I've got skin in the game, and if you're listening to this, I'm willing to bet you do too because it's an XRP-centric channel. Every now and then we get the occasional Bitcoin maxi troll, and they're welcome to hang out, even though they make the room smell like sadness and room temperature cottage cheese. They can still hang out though. But it's mostly XRP holders here, So, that being said, like it is fun to think through the potential for all of this. So, but if you would please delicately tap the like button, I'd appreciate it, and consider subscribing if you've not done so. I always appreciate very much all the support. Now, as I'm recording this, XRP's at 25.4 cents. Bitcoin is just a hair shy of 13,000. It's at 12,976. Like I stated a moment ago, market cap at $390 billion. Bitcoin dominance over the last few days. Technically over the last few days it's been more or less flat. It's like marginally volatile, but before that it ran up, and it's because it was in the upper 50s. Now it's at 61.52%. But it was cool to see that within the last 24 hours, Bitcoin did creep over $13,000, which many analysts say is an important level to watch. And so again, I'm not a maximalist. I'm most interested in XRP because I think utility freaking matters. And XRP is functionally getting used today, but I would love to see Bitcoin do well. I hope it has perpetual staying power and nothing goes horrendously wrong. I really do mean that. Because if that happens, look, the way it looks to me, XRP is just following the price action of Bitcoin anyway. So that's why you start thinking, okay, well, so if Bitcoin does get to this level, like the Winklevoss twins are saying, $500,000, where would that put XRP? If XRP is going to have staying power and Bitcoin will also have staying power, if that's the case, where does that put XRP? Even if XRP never becomes number one in market cap, and it might, I'm just saying, it depends on to what degree people decide that utility matters, but even if it never does, holy hell, there's so much room for growth, is there not? So anyway, into this piece now. Gemini crypto exchange founders Tyler and Cameron Winklevoss said that Bitcoin will eventually hit $500,000 per coin during a recent interview with podcast host Peter McCormick. The question in our mind is not so much does it get to $500,000, but how quickly. Tyler told McCormick during the October 23rd podcast episode, and his thesis takes the market cap of gold and theoretical central bank allocation into consideration. I would sort of contend that $500,000 Bitcoin is actually pretty conservative, and the game hasn't even really started, Cameron noted. Seriously, and again, this is why, it's stupid to be maximalist of any coin, right? Whether it's XRP, whatever. I get if you're excited about XRP. Look, I am too. But this would be incredibly exciting. Like, if it actually hit this level, because I just want a bigger pie, and then whatever piece of that XRP ends up getting in terms of market cap relative to other cryptocurrencies, cool. I don't care. I would love to have multiple winners here. And check this out. So MicroStrategy and others buying significant amounts of Bitcoin for their treasury reserves seems to indicate that the market is beginning to shift. What if every Fortune 100 or 500 company does that? What if central banks start doing that? Cameron queried. It hasn't even started, he added, analogizing that Bitcoin is in the bottom of the first in a 9-inning baseball game. And indeed, I mentioned this in a video yesterday too, worth mentioning again. There was a whole article about it I covered, but I'll just mention it here. The first publicly traded company in the UK ever to purchase Bitcoin just made that happen. I can't remember how much they put in. It was a substantial amount, but publicly traded company in the UK used it. They purchased the words are hard sometimes. Purchased Bitcoin as a reserve asset for their treasury. That's it. Just purely same as MicroStrategy. That's it. It's kind of to fend off what happens with fiat currencies, which, the purchasing power of fiat currency just erodes thanks to inflation over time. Even without hyperinflation, it's like, don't keep money, don't keep value in the form of fiat currency longer than you have to, or whatever you need, for, the emergencies, this or that. I understand emergency funds, of course. But out of that, holy hell, put it in something else that isn't going to just, inflate away its actual value here. But anyway, here's a quote from them. Wall Street is not here yet. Institutions aren't in Bitcoin right now. It's been a retail phenomenon for the last decade. So Wall Street talks about it. They're aware of Bitcoin, but they're not really in it from our perspective, but it's starting to happen. Yeah, exactly. And this is part of the reason it's so exciting to be here. The retail side started this and got it all going, but the major money coming in after us, it's some of it's here and the rest is on the way. Because it's going to be, it'll never stop becoming increasingly clear. Although the more time passes, there's something to this, and if you don't know what it is, find out what you don't know, because it makes all the sense in the world, in my humble opinion, to have exposure to this particular asset class in terms of investing. It's my humble opinion. I'm never going to offer financial advice because I have no interest in doing that, and I'm, like I said, not a professional, but to me, it makes all the sense in the world to invest in the cryptocurrency asset class, and so I am. And I think it's going to appreciate faster than any other asset class. Look at a whole decade, I'd be willing to bet. I would certainly be willing to bet that's the case here. And again, here we are first. Now, the basis for the interview was a report from Tyler and Cameron published in August 2020 titled The Case for $500,000 Bitcoin. The brothers began constructing the report in January 2020, Cameron said in the interview with McCormick. All good things in time here. Here's another quote, and then I'll move on to the next piece, but check this out. We started to think about what the government has been doing with the U.S. dollar for the past decade or so, and traditional sort of stores of value and hedges, Cameron explained. The twins halted work on the report in March when COVID gained a global foothold, and they resumed the paper several months later after evaluating the economic changes brought on by the virus. All right, next here, $19,000 Bitcoin. Sooner than later, here's the headline from newsbtc.com. Bitcoin weekly technical setup shows a clear price target, $19,030. And you're telling me we can't hit $5 with XRP? All good things in time. I'm just going to say this, if that never happened, that would be super duper weird to me. And especially with markets heating up, it seems pretty clear anyway. Markets seem to be heating up right here, and we know that historically altcoins have followed Bitcoin. I don't know, man. I feel like you don't have to be a genius to see this stuff here. If you got eyeballs, you can look at a chart that's unfolded over the last decade. But here you go. A long-term outlook of the Bitcoin market shows its price hitting $19,030 in the coming sessions. According to a setup presented by one TradingView contributor, the world's leading cryptocurrency is in the first stage of an inverse head and shoulders, IH&S for short, breakout. In retrospect, an IH&S pattern appears when the underlying security forms three trows on a baseline, with the middle one the lowest of all. And so traders treat IH&S as a bullish indicator for its ability to foretell a downtrend reversal. They further expect the pattern to catalyze fresh bull runs while eyeing upside targets of as much as height as the size of the middle trough. And so that sounds like a broken sentence, but I just read it as it was, as they read. I mean, look, man, crypto media, it's full of a bunch of C students, dude. I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm just doing what I can. I'm just living my best Moon Lambo life, man. I'm just doing what I can here. Oh, Lord. So anyway, perhaps $19,000 sooner than later. And again, I just want to point this out. The general consensus from just about all traders is that we're on the cusp of something like this. Even if they disagree slightly on the number, this or that, or the exact order things are going to happen, it's hard to find today analysts that are not generally bullish, especially if you're just talking like a macro trend. Are there any? It's amazing, but that isn't what it's looked like over the last couple years. So I think that they're being, by and large, intellectually honest, regardless of who's right, who's wrong, about what timeline and the specifics. Okay, fine, we could, let time pass and we'll see. But they do all seem to feel that way. So interesting times to live, man. It's very interesting. I will not be surprised if things heat up. And then we're going to get to that fun part where, because Bitcoin's going to lead the market inevitably, I'd be willing to guess that just for fun. We're going to get to this fun part where XRP continues to trade sideways for X amount of time, and then people start bitching about it again, just like happened in 2017. Oh my God, I've wasted money. I could have made all this money in other coins, but I had it in XRP and it didn't do anything. And then they sell it. And I'll never forget the one guy who made a YouTube video about it. It's like a few days before XRP went on its biggest parabolic run up ever, from 20-something cents to almost $4. This guy, a few days before that, posted on YouTube, yeah, he's like, XRP just hasn't been doing anything, and so I sold it, I'm out, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. And it's just like, holy hell. And that's why it's so childish. If that's the rationale, well, XRP's not moving on my timeline. Shut up. Like, come on, man. Like, this is why, like, I keep saying I have no interest in timing markets. I really don't. I understand. I'm not going to beat myself up for not buying the bottom and not selling the top. It's not going to happen. I'm just going to I've been dollar cost averaging. For now, I've paused my purchasing of XRP. My bags are pretty well packed, but I've been dollar cost averaging in, on top of making some recent larger purchases anyway. And I'm going to just, I'm never going to sell all of my XRP. I'm going to be long forever until there's a logical reason not to be. But even though I'm going to be long without something seemingly terrible on the horizon, I'll still sell some at some point. It's okay to realize some profits, but I'll still be long. But even then, it's not like I'm going to do it all at once. It's just kind of like dollar cost averaging and just kind of sell a little bit along the way. So that's kind of like what my general plan is anyway. But we shall see, man. All good things in time. But that is it for this hot jam. Video over. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.